to talk to you about the story behind the name Surprise, why we came to be, and what we dream about for the future, so that as you dream about being a part of it, you'll be able to have some very clear steps to take after today. So back in 2012 and 2013, I felt like I had a growing pit in my stomach. I had a growing kind of a burning sensation in my heart that was not heartburn, but it was actually the call of God speaking louder and louder through circumstances about where our future was to be. And I started creating a PowerPoint presentation for Surprise Church, the church I was never going to start, but if I did, it would look like this. Until finally, we just said, we got to do this. We'd fallen in love with this church. We'd fallen in love with the idea of surprising people for God. The name Surprise comes from the story of the prodigal son. It's a story of a young man who wishes his dad for dead when he comes to him and says, I want my inheritance now. Instead of when you die, I kind of wish you for dead and just want your money now. Somehow his dad says yes, and he lets his son take half his money and run off to a distant land where he squanders it on wild living. He actually gets to the point where this Jewish young boy is feeding pigs and longing to fill his belly with the junk that the pigs are eating. And he realizes, it says he comes to himself. He realizes that he'd be better off going back and asking his former dad for a job. He could never hope to be his son again because he wished his dad for dead and he wasted his property. But he could maybe use his former status as a son to get a job and wedge his foot in the door to get back in and have a full belly of better food than he has now. So he makes the long journey home, and all the way he's rehearsing a canned speech that he's going to give to his dad when he gets home that hopefully is going to land him a job. But then the story switches to the father's perspective. It says when his son was a long way off, the father saw him and ran to him. The son might have been thinking, uh-oh, is he going to beat me up? Is he going to spank me? Is he going to be cruel or angry toward me? What's going to happen? When he gets to him, he hugs him, kisses him, puts his head over his shoulder, says, get a ring, put it on his finger, get a robe, put it on his back. We're going to have a party. And so the son, coming with low expectations, maybe he can get a job or maybe he'll just get punished, finds himself thrown and enveloped into an intergenerational surprise party. That is what we are doing as Surprise Church. We are enveloping people who have maybe low expectations of themselves or God. The lost sons and daughters walking around in our culture that have low expectations, but when they come, their expectations are shattered in a pleasant way through a pleasant surprise party. Jesus was the one who went to his Father and said, send me into the world. I want to reclaim and welcome my lost brothers and sisters home. Jesus was the one that said, I would expose myself to shame to run to my brothers and sisters. I would give everything to win them back and bring them home. I would even give my life, and I will give my life on the cross to be a good older brother. Here's the question that kept us up at night and made us realize that we have to start this church. What would a community full of good older brothers look like? Who aren't in it for themselves, who realize that they're sons and daughters of a king, crucified and risen king, who gave everything to adopt us into this family and who sends us out to pleasantly surprise lost sons and daughters all over our city to welcome them home. That's the question that ultimately led us to move to Bismarck, North Dakota, where Charity Lutheran Church here in town said they'd love to help us, and had an opportunity to get started and build a team. And we launched in October of 2014, and it's been amazing ever since. Our goal was to plant a new church within 3 years because we want to have multiplying DNA. We want to not just hoard a bunch of people and get bigger and bigger. We want to develop and send people to transform new cities and new centers of life all over the state and region. And so Surprise Church Mandan was born in October of 2017, the week before our third birthday. So it was a really cool mission accomplished moment for us. If you're here, it means that you are excited about who we are and want to learn more about it. We're excited for you to be good older brothers and sisters here at Surprise, and we'd love for you to be on this journey with us. There's a lot of things that happen throughout the year that we're thrilled to do. In the summer, we have a season where we just challenge people to grill and do cool stuff in their front yard to meet their neighbors. We do Camp Kindness in the summer to not just do Bible school for people at our church, but to do something for the entire city. We throw a party for families to kick off our fall called Family Fun Day. We do the Surprise Acts of Kindness month in October to unleash a movement of kindness in our city and beyond. We do the Lighthouse movement in December to challenge families to pray and walk around their neighborhoods and be caring, loving neighbors in the darkness of the winter months. So things we do throughout the year as a church to band together to do great things, we're excited to do that, but we're even more excited about our Path for Growth. We're excited to help you not just attend events that we plan centrally at Surprise, but for you to learn how to become the church in everyday life. At Surprise, we say something called, like we use a hashtag, Church has left the building. We truly believe that worship starts when the worship service ends on Sunday as we equip you to go and do church in everyday life, but we need a team to do that. And so in our Path for Growth, it's going to talk about what that first step looks like past worship to community engagement. How do you start getting involved in things outside of worship? Then we have something called pre-missional community that we'll explain. And finally, missional community is that full-fledged life in community that is going to allow you to follow Jesus and represent Surprise wherever you are throughout the week. This class is designed for you to introduce yourself, ask questions that you may have come with, so write those questions down and make sure that all your questions are answered when you're done. If you'd like to support Surprise financially, all you need to do is send a text message to 77977 and just type in the word Surprise. Type 77977 is the number you text it to, and then just type the word Surprise. We'll shoot you back a link that you can just follow right to our giving site, and very easy and convenient to give. We have a great group of people who do digital giving online. It's a huge discipline to get into, digital giving, where you have a recurring plan, you automate the important. Strongly recommend that to you. It's going to bless you and help you develop spiritually by making generosity a priority every month. You want to learn more about our giving priorities and how we use every dollar spent, you can go to our website and just look under our giving tab, and we'll have all the information you need to know, kind of how we spend every dollar, what's important to us at Surprise, and how we set our budget. And we're excited that you're open to being a part of that journey. So take some time now, ask the questions you have. Let us know after today if you have any more questions. And my challenge to you is to not leave this room without one-step plan. You might want to be a part of a volunteer team or a missional community, something that's happening that you can kind of take faith out of the building and have a team that can support you and you them.